Moi kaikki, I'm Hanna, and this is my podcast called Hanna from Sheep's Alley. I'm coming to you from Kuopio, Finland, and as you can tell, I'm sitting outside. I have a snowman there behind me, keeping me company while I podcast. And today is Wednesday, January 31st, and the temperature is almost -10 Celsius, which is, let me check, I wrote it down, it's about 14 Fahrenheit. So quite cold but lovely weather. You can't see the sun, but it is over there. First of all, we didn't see the sun for 1.5 months, but now I think I have calculated 5 sunny days in January, which is awesome. So let's start with finished objects. Christmas Eve cast on socks. I made these socks. The self-striping yarn is from Melissa. Hi Melissa, who is a spicy homemaker. She hand-dyed this stripy sock yarn herself, and I think she's about to open up an Etsy shop where she starts selling her yarns. And this cuff, heel and toe yarn, that's from Gina. Hi Gina, who is Brown in Knits. And I think this is Lorna Lace's shepherd sock yarn. So these are my Christmas Eve cast on socks. My basic recipe, you have seen me knit these sorts of socks a lot. And I have another pair of Hanna's this and that socks, and they look like this. Also this cuff, heel and toe yarn are from Gina. The same Lorna Laces. I think Gina knit a pair of Doctor Who inspired socks, and she got the yarn from Patrick. Hi Patrick. And she had leftovers and she sent some to me, so I have been using those for cuffs, heels and toes. And the reason why this sock has a longer toe section before this Miss Babs sock yarn is because Lorna Laces has nylon, but this Miss Babs yarn doesn't have nylon, and I thought that I don't want to risk it, because if I get holes on my socks, they are not the heels, but they are... Oh, hubby came home. He's watching me. I'm podcasting. Go away.
I love you.
I love you too. Please. Zip. Okay, I'll continue. He's silly. Anyway, what was I saying? I was talking about the longer cuff, heel section. Yes, cuff is short because I ran out of yarn. I knit this toe up and I knit this part. I wanted to have it longer, but I ran out of yarn. But anyway, if I wear socks out, it's this part. So I wanted to make sure that this part has yarn which has nylon in it. So that's why they look like this. And I made tiny little pattern repeat there, just to keep me interested and so that this section wouldn't look stupid. More planned than an accident. So that's another pair of socks. Then frozen lashes. Yes, this is my third. I'm not taking it off because it's -10 Celsius, but the pattern is out. So if you're interested, you can find it, you can get it from Ravelry. Frozen lashes. I made 3 of them, and actually Susan, hi Susan, in Monterey, California, she's knitting, she test knit this pattern for me. Also Merja, hi Merja, and Chrissy, hi Chrissy. Merja is in Norway, Tromsø, and Chrissy is in Germany. I don't remember which city she lives in. But anyway, Susan is knitting this out of worsted weight yarn, so that will be interesting to see how this frozen lashes looks like with worsted weight yarn. Then Planina wrap. Shara, hi Shara in Melbourne, Australia. As I told you last time, did I tell you that I was then taking part in them, but now the time has passed, so I took part in with two, actually three, advent calendar mini swaps. But I'll show you the pattern. This pattern, Planina wrap, I knit mainly using minis, which I got from Melissa and Gina. And boy, those ladies, those minis they sent me, they were so generous. This is big. How should I show it? So this is out of Melissa's and Gina's minis. This is an awesome pattern. I think I'm going to knit. This is a gift to a dear friend of mine, but I think I will knit another one next Christmas. And actually these Advent swaps, they are so fun that Gina and I already decided that we are going to do it again, and I have already started collecting stuff for Gina's Advent mini packages. Doesn't he look smart now? Okay. That was Planina wrap. Then Yellowstone hat. Gina and Carol and Christina, we made a along we make hat knit along. And this, I'm not taking this off now, but I'll show you Gina sent me this gorgeous, what was the yarn? Gorgeous yarn. Oh my goodness. I'll put everything, okay, I'll say it now. Show notes will be found from my podcast group, Hanna from Sheep's Alley, on Ravelry. And I'll put show notes, better show notes now that I usually always say which yarn and which type of pattern and so on. But now I forgot. Dream in color, was it? I think it was Dream in color. I love this grey. I love all greys. And this is so soft. This kind of like when I go walking outside when the temperature is a little bit, well, maybe like +2 and between +2 and -3 Celsius. So above or below 0 C, the freezing point. This hat is perfect with those kind of temperatures. So that's that. Then Paksu hat, the one I'm wearing, because I still had leftovers from that Planina wrap. I'll show you soon the crochet blanket which I finished. I used minis from Melissa, Gina, and from Finnish Ravelry group Lankalaatikko. Those minis in that, and I still had minis left over. Little tiny balls, and I thought, what should I do with those? And I decided to knit this hat. And because this hat is thick and heavy, and in Finnish, thick and heavy means, in Finnish is paksu, P-A-K-S-U. But I checked the Ravelry projects and also designs, and there is already Paksu something. So I'm going to name this hat Paksu, but it will be spelled as P-A-X-U, Paksu. And I kind of was planning on knitting, well, writing the pattern of this next autumn. But Anne-Marie, hi Anne-Marie in New York, she said that she would like to test knit this if I needed test knitters. So I'm writing the pattern, and I don't have the second version or second paksu hat with me. I'm knitting the second one and writing the pattern, and I think I'm able to mail the pattern to Anne-Marie for test knit by this Sunday. So this part has been knit with garter stitch and using 4 yarn threads at the same time. And then this I-cord, this is knit only using single thread DK, but why not use Aran weight or worsted weight? Any thick yarn and single thread. And then this crown section here, that's used with 2 fingering weight yarns, and you can use any yarns you want. So this is a FO, but also a whip and design thing. Then the Cozy Memories chevron blanket. It's finished, and it looks like this. I don't know how well you can see the colors, well, the accurate colors, because the color of this weather with sun going down, it's I think about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So everything, even the snow, which is white, looks kind of like blue. But this is bigger than lap size. Shall we decorate him more? Okay, he's nice and warm. That's that. Then, well, the boys' Christmas presents, I knit the 2 pairs of socks and 1 pair of gloves. I don't have a photo of them here, but I have posted pictures on Instagram, so you can check my Instagram if you want. It's HANNAKYTTA. And then active whips. I have another sock whip, kind of, I'm still using a skein from Melissa, Miss Babs yarn, and then Gina's, that Lorna's laces, but I don't have it with me here. So I decided not to show you the whips now, only the FOs and other stuff, but I'm knitting a pair of socks. Also the Birta cardigan. I will start knitting that right after I have emailed the paksu hat pattern to Anne-Marie. And that's that. Then other things, yes, ceramics. I made 6. I call them stormy autumn weather coffee or tea mugs. I made 6 of them, but I already gave 2 of them away as gifts. This is 1 pair of them. This is how they look from the other side. My mittens are covering some of the parts, but I have to keep my mittens on because otherwise my fingers would be totally frozen. I like to see what I shrink, and therefore the inner inside I have that white glaze there. And this, I think I made it so that I scraped the trees, then I used some wax to keep glaze off of those trees and those leaves flying off. And here I used some bronze glaze, and then here I have some kind of wine color and light turquoisey, greeny bluey glaze. And then the other 2 look like this. These are all different shape, but they are like 2 sets of 2. And I use the pinching technique. And this is how they look from this side. And there are my initials there. So those I have. I have more stuff, but they are at the Kuopion kansalaisopisto because they still need work like glazing and stuff. Then knitted cable source book, this book. See, I found a new podcast. YouTube suggested that go and check out. Okay, it's called Little Big Nets. And the person, you probably all know Selma. I had no idea who she was, and she had a podcast. But she showed this book, I think on her latest episode. And this is a wonderful cape. I'll show you what, now I have to take these, I'll switch to these. These Pompuloi fingerlet smiths for a while so that I can show you. This design got me ordering this book from eBay. I so want to knit this pullover. This one. And this is a great book because it gives you all sorts of cable patterns and you can adjust like this one. I don't think I'm going to use these cables, but I'm going to use something else from this book. Also there's another pattern which I think is quite cool. This one. Interesting sleeve construction. And that's the name of it. And this book has tons of wonderful cable patterns, but I picked my 5 best at this moment. So I like, how should I show it so that I cover the, because this is I bought this book, it's not free. So this one, ooh, awesome looking. I love that so much. Then cover. Very difficult to show it. Not to reveal the pattern. I like both of these too. Very simple. Simple cables, but I love those. Then oh, I like all these. I can show you. There are no patterns on this page. I love all these 3. I think they are so wonderful looking. Those. Then my 4th favorite. I absolutely love this one. I think this one would be great with that violet cable sweater. I think that is so wonderful. Ooh, I love that. And the last one, not the least, but last, is this. Cool. So this is a great buy. This one. Wonderful book, yes. Then I'll change back to mittens. Actually, these mittens which I'm wearing, I used the same technique as here, but I think I knit these by using 3 fingering weight yarn threads at the same time, or then 2 fingering and 1 lace. I've used this for 5 or 6 years, so, and I don't have them on my project page, so I'm not quite sure. But these are very warm because these are thick. The gauge is very tense, so wind doesn't go through, and they are so warm. Then sewing pattern making and sewing class. I still actually don't have any FO to show you, but okay. This course, this customized blouse sewing pattern course started last fall. And it continues now. And what we did, well, this is all in Finnish, but we took all these measurements shown here, and then we, well, actually the teacher selected a certain size of a blouse sewing pattern, and then we measured the measurements on that pattern, and then compared those measurements with our own measurements. And if, like for example, the waistline, if the pattern had wider waistline than what I had, then I took a certain amount of centimeters off. And the other way around, if the pattern, like arm here, was like, if my arm was fatter or bigger than what the pattern, then I had to add more centimeters to that pattern. And we did that, and after we customized the pattern which the teacher gave us, we sewed a blouse or shirt, and we put it on, and then teacher made certain adjustments, like here at the bottom. If you can see, this is what adjustments I had to make. There's +1 centimeter, +1.5, +1.5, +0.5, +4, meaning I have wide hips. So we made all these, and my back was too long at this part, so the teacher marked what we should take off. So this was the first whip. Then we made all the needed changes, and I sewed another one. This one, very pretty looking. This front part, and that was okay. We only just changed the waistline place, and because we had to take stuff off from the back, we had to change the waist place where to put the waistline. And then back here still needed some changes to be made. What changes? There's +2 centimeters and +2.5, and then we had to take off some from there. And I think these, actually I don't know what these are called in English. So Finnish lesson time, this is laskos. So this laskos was slightly in a wrong spot, so I had to lower it down a bit. And now I have made the third and hopefully the final one. Tomorrow we have again the pattern making class, and we'll try this on, and teacher will hopefully say that now my pattern has been customized 100%, and we can start making the actual blouse or shirt. So that's that. Then sewing class. So on Mondays I'm taking ceramics. On Thursdays I'm taking that sewing pattern customizing making class, whatever that course is called in English. And then on Tuesday evenings, I'll again switch to these. On Tuesday evenings I'm taking part in a class which is for just spring sewing, it's called. You can sew whatever you want and teacher will help you. And I'm sewing. First I want to learn how to properly sew a blouse. And then after I know how to do it and I have that customized sewing pattern, I will then make a blouse with my pattern. But now I'm using this Burda style. I have a photo of it somewhere over the rainbow. Let me try to, oh, there it is. Okay. I'm making, this is the Burda pattern, and I'm making this one summer blouse, and I'm using fabric which I found from one of our fabric stores here in Kuopio. It was on sale, so if I mess this up I won't cry. But this is how much I have done so far. So front and back pieces and sleeve pieces. I have a sewing machine, but I have never used. Do do you call it a serger, which makes this kind of seam. See, I'm learning new things. I've never used serger before. Oh, exciting. And then, as you can see, this pattern has also other fabric. I have cut out all the pieces, and that fabric looks like this. The camera is blowing out, but I'll show you like this. So hopefully next time when I podcast, I will have this blouse ready, and I'm using my sewing gear. My ex-boss has shown this bag, which I think is, this is some old Marimekko tablecloth, and Minna used that tablecloth and made this. I like this little window here. So this is my sewing. Did I drop something? I always drop something. So that's that. I'll put it there and switch back to mittens. What else? Okay, this, oh yes, Christmas decorations. I'll show you this cool suitcase which I got from Melissa. All her minis were in here, and after I had opened all of them, I also put Gina's minis and Langalaatikko's minis inside this cute suitcase, and oh, snow dropping. And this is what I have left. So I have used almost all of the pile. My husband threw me with a snowball, but you missed! Go away, I'm about to finish. You couldn't believe he's 53, throwing snowballs at me. What was I saying? I was talking about, oh yes, this suitcase full of minis. So use those for the wrap and that blanket and this hat, and I still have some left. And my plan is, because we've had our Christmas tree for the past 25 years, has been red, white, silver color decorations. Our tree has had those colors, and I want to update our Christmas tree decorations, but if you buy all new, it's so expensive, so I'm going to make new decorations. And actually this is kind of silly. Again, I have to take my mittens off. I switch to these. Our middle one started the army service. It's mandatory to go to army. For boys over 18, it's mandatory. Girls can go if they want. But Emily had his first shooting practice, and he brought 5 of these. I don't know what you call them. In Finnish, this is hylsy. These are the ones when you shoot and you have these left. When you shoot, boom, and these fly off. So, I made Christmas tree decorations out of those. I have 5 of them, because this is the right color, because our Christmas tree colors will be white, beige or cream, some turquoise, and gold, bronze, and black. So these will go so well with the bronze theme. And also in those Christmas advent calendar mini packages, which I got from Gina, she had made these for me. I think these are coasters, but what I will do, I will turn these into Christmas tree ornaments. I made Gina 2 little birds, and also Melissa one a bigger bird, and I will make these as bird Christmas tree decorations. The nose and legs and wings, and then hang them. But I'll probably use some minis which I got from Gina and Melissa. For example, these turquoisey colors could work. I still have some left here. That could be like for the nose, maybe. Oh, this is, by the way, Miss Babs. Yummy Toes is the Miss Babs. This is also from Melissa. So I have this cute box, and I'm going to fill it with new homemade Christmas tree decorations. And my plan is to make one a month. But that means that if I decide, well, for example, in February I will make those 3 birds, so that's one, and then maybe in March, maybe crochet Christmas bubble, 1 or 2 or 3, or I don't know. But anyway, my plan is to make one new decoration each month. And then fog run. Yes, fog run ended and climb every mountain run started. I don't have the kilometers, the climb every mountain run kilometers on this notebook because I bought a fitness/diet planner, but I'll talk about that in my next episode, and I'll show you then how many kilometers I'm walking and how many walking kilometers I have collected for this climb every mountain run. And then it is giveaway time. So this is the giveaway, this notebook which I covered with photos. I think these are old Arabia, Finnish Arabia plates, and then some stamps and Kuopio photos. So this is the giveaway, and let's see who wins it. No drum roll because there is just Kuopio-Helsinki airplane flying above us. We probably will. Oh, I got 2, so I'll take this one and put the other one off. Let's see who wins it. Tracy, Walton, UK. So congratulations, Tracy. You won this. I'll contact you on Ravelry and ask for your address, and I will mail this to you in the UK. So happy mail arriving soon. And as you know, I always have giveaways. This time it's tiny, but I think these are cute. See, I got some beads from Gina in one of those advent mini packages, and I made white pumpkin stitch markers. These kind. I think these are wonderful. I still have those beads because Gina sent me quite a few, and I will make a set for me too. But this is the new giveaway. And the question I had was which knitted item have you worn the most? I have many. I wear a lot of my hand knits, but I think these are my most worn. These running the marathon fingerless mittens, which I knit. I checked from Ravelry. I actually have a project page. I'm quite lazy with updating stuff on Ravelry. So I knit these in 2010. So these are almost 8 years old, and I use all sorts of scraps and minis. And I actually, hubby is still behind the window. I try to ignore him. So I made also the ribbing part there, but then I decided to turn it to inside and sew it to make it thicker. And I don't know, these mittens I just want to have, how do you say, they are not more movable, but still, because most of my, I'll show you, I'll demonstrate because I'm lousy at explaining sometimes. Because as you know, English is not my mother tongue. So I like this section to be long so they will cover my fingers, at least the pinky finger. But these ones I wanted to have more fingers shown. So I flipped this to the other side, to the inner side, and then sewed it on. So these are my most worn. 8 years old. I wear them almost every week. And I like them. I like the colors and they actually match my outfit. So I think that's all. Still need to put the mittens on. My next podcast, I was originally going to podcast sometime mid-March, but I checked my calendar. I'm quite busy and probably realistically I will be podcasting at the end of March, but sometime mid-March, at the end of March. But I'll post on Instagram, or if you have subscribed, you know when I upload my episodes. But anyway, I think that's it. Doesn't he look cute? Our snowman. He doesn't have a name. How about if we call him Pekka? A typical Finnish name. Pekka. Pekka the snowman. Anyway, I'll see you when I see you. Moikka!